¿Cómo estamos, amigo? How we doing, ladies and gents? I'm coming back for all the smoke once more time. Hope y'all ain't tired of me yet, because someone is. The wife is. So I got to come out and vent to you guys because, you know, the wife can only take so much of this Goya. There's too much MSG here for my wife. She can't handle it. Excuse her for that. But you guys, if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that little notification ping you got going on there, and let's get right into it. So, credits to this video go to everybody that has suggested. I've had multiple people, a handful of people suggest you should talk about this playoff proposal that Mr. Manfred came out with, and whether if it was his idea or not, he proposed that he's a commissioner. You point to that man's. So, listen, Rob Manfred, let's just call him, can we just call him Richard? Can I refer to him as Richard? I don't want to confuse you guys, but I want to refer to him in this video as Richard Manfred. Now, where I'm from, you don't necessarily want to be a Richard. It's like that saying, don't be Richard. You don't want to be that Richard, okay? I just don't agree with a lot of things Rob Manfred has done and has tried to implement, right? So let's dive right into it. So I'm going to read this off a piece of paper because I want to make sure I'm accurate with you guys, giving you accurate information. So, this is how this proposal goes. 7 teams from each league will now make the playoffs. Right. So, teams with the best record in each league, they will get wild card buys. Kind of sounds like the NFL, right? 2 other division winners plus the top wild card host all 3 games at home in the wild card round. Next point. 2 other division winners get to pick their wild card round opponents during a live broadcast. So what the hell are we gonna make this now? I mean, this ain't no damn all-star game, right? So top wild card is left with their unpicked team, right? So then the 3 series winners in conclusion and a team with a bye, they advance on to the divisional round. Now, I was talking to my sister about this yesterday. At first, on the outside looking in, I hadn't looked fully into the details before I went through with my opinion. I said, you know what, this might be a good thing, right? And at the time, I just wasn't on par with that whole let's pick your own team and pick your own matchup. And I tell you what, it was looking okay until we got down into that pick your own team, pick your own matchup. I don't like it. I do not like it. This goes on board, in my opinion, with people trying to do too much in this game. Listen, I understand. We got to amend things as time goes on, and I get it. Times change, people change, the games can change, right? Sometimes you have to make rules to accommodate modern things, and I completely understand that. And I'm not opposed to change. But when did this become a game of Jeopardy? When did this become a reality TV series? When did professional sports become just, come on down, you're on The Price is Right, you get to pick your showcase and bid on your showcase? No, man, listen, baseball is a unique sport, man. You play as many games as you do, the season is as long as it is, and you endure that long battle, right? That long, grueling battle that is the season of 160 plus games, right? And for the longest time, forever, you know, there's a limited amount of teams that get in. And it's hard to get in for a reason. It's because it's the best of the best. And that's why we always see good baseball. Because the best of the best make it to the dance. And that's how it's supposed to be. Now, there are some people that are on the other side of this, right? Well, you know, baseball is boring. You know, baseball is missing fans. All these younger people think it's boring. The game is too long. Oh, you want a tissue too? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. At what point do we put our foot down and say, listen, we're going to ruin the integrity of this game. We're going to ruin what and how this game was intended to be played. Now, like I said, I am not opposed to getting away from tradition. But this goes on par with almost like robot umpires. They're going to be testing robotic strike zones, which, you know what, I'm okay if you want to help and you want the umpires, if you want to like get them off-season training and see, you know, measure them up with a robot to see how they do well, you know, just for them to gauge in their head what a strike zone should be, what the MLB wants, I'm okay with that. But this game deserves to keep the human error in it. Replay system is out of control. It is being misused and mishandled big time. And Richard Manfred, you're going to make a big mistake. And I know this is going to happen. They're going to make a change because it's inevitable. You know, this, in my opinion, it's a slight myth. It's a slight myth that the money isn't there. I tell you what the real problem is with the league. You got owners and organizations that are terrible because they want to be terrible. I always want the Pirates to be good. But why the hell are they the farms team of the MLB? Why is that? You got an owner that doesn't give a shit. You got an owner that doesn't play his best players, lets them walk. When you start getting owners on board that want to actually spend the money instead of lining their pockets and improving the product on the field, that is how we start attracting this generation. You know, I'm sure you got a whole fan base disgruntled there. And I would be too from the outside looking in. I hate to see that shit. Teams that stay bad because they want to stay bad, because of bad decisions. And you know what they need to do? The MLB needs to implement a rule in which they have to spend a certain amount of the salary. They have to spend a minimum amount. You know, that way, even these small market teams, listen, there's no excuses for the money, okay? Look at the Tampa Bay Rays. Those guys, they compete year in and year out. And as much as I hate to see them yet last year have success, I got to respect them because they do as much as they can with the little money and the little revenue that they got going into that system. And unfortunately, nobody wants to come watch them play. I don't know. They play a great brand of baseball. Kevin Cash, hey, hats off to you, bud. You do a great job with that team. Great job with the organization. You really do. I commend you guys. So, why don't we start looking at the real problem? Because I know this is going to happen. I know they're going to make something like this, and they're going to make it happen. Because of the money-hungry TV networks, you know, they want the drama. They want more of those drama games. Well, how about the players? You know, this is all going to have to be voted and approved upon by the MLB Players Association, right? How about the players? So you mean to tell me in this proposal here that it's okay for this, for the top team, the top dog, right? The top dogs that get the buys, initial buys. So you mean to tell me they got to wait for over a week for this other mess? You know, like Trevor Bauer was saying, I was listening to a little rant he had earlier. It's a game of rhythm. These guys are used to, you know, especially a starting pitcher, you're on a rhythm, right? Normally every 4 to 5 days, 6 sometimes, right? You may have one in between every 7th day, whatever, right? They're on a schedule. Ball players are on a schedule. So why at the most important time of the year are we going to take that away from them and make them do something they haven't done all year? I don't like it. I just don't like disrupting the rhythm and the flow, and not to even mention these wild card teams that happen to get in by the skin of their scrotums. You know, that's going to be for bad baseball. These, you know, I was okay with it at first, but when you think about it, we're going to get scrubs in there. Why do we need to watch a team that we know is going to win 2 out of 3 times? That's just, it's tiring is what it is. I don't like it. I don't think we should do it. I think we need to put immediate stop to this. There's other ways. You know, the people that want to speed up the game, me personally, I'm the wrong one to ask. Because I don't care how long a ball game lasts. I'm watching that bitch. But that's just me because I know and I appreciate the game. I love the game for what it is. You know, there's too much of this pitch clock and all this. Listen, it is what it is, man. It's the way the game is. It's not a game that's necessarily meant to be played at an extremely fast pace. It just isn't, all right? It's not like any other sport there is out there. It's unique. It's baseball. So let's keep it baseball. So Richard Manfred, I'm disgusted with this. Let's not turn this into a freaking big publicity stunt. Okay? Let's not mock the sport more than it already is being mocked and being ridiculed. This to me, well, it's all about money, and I understand that. I understand what this is all about. It's like anything else. I understand it's a business. But there's other ways. Let's invest in the players. Let's make the media. You can't make them, but the media doesn't cover baseball as much because whatever, it may be boring. They don't get the publicity that they should. They just don't. Mike Trout hits a freaking dinger, makes a spectacular catch. You don't see that shit on Twitter. I love First Take. When do you see them ever debating about baseball? So I just think between that and then coverage, the blackout situation, someone that pays for MLB extra innings like I do. When the Yankees are in town, or I say when the Red Sox are in town because I live in New York, right? So when the Red Sox are in town, I can't watch the game on the NESN broadcast. It has to be on the Yes because it's blacked out. Even though I pay all this money to be able to watch my team play. I think what we need to do is make it more accessible and more open for everybody to see. How in the world can we get the viewers that we want and need as a team, as a whole, as a sport, if we're censoring all that? They make a big deal of the dress code. Like, let these guys express themselves. Let them go all out with their cleats and stuff like that. I just think it's just they're making baseball boring because they want it to be boring. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. I just don't. There's so many things you can do other than change the playoff format, which I think is completely fine. Now, for some of these newer age people that are just so bored of the game, this might be great. I don't think so, man. I think we need to just sit back, relax, take a chill pill, and let's enjoy baseball for what it is, man. Enough is enough. Stand up to it. Let's be done with it. Thank you, guys. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. On to the next one.